Hey! Wanna hear a joke? Here goes. My ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better. Her aim is getting better. You see, it's funny because marriage is terrible. What?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Everything and More
etc.
podcast. We're your hosts, Adam and Jake. I am Adam. I'm his dad, and he's my son. No?
No, you're
What?
not.
What?
I'm your father.
Oh no! I thought that I screwed the intro up, and I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that's correct. I was trying to do it myself this time. So on our last episode about Rama, we didn't really explain what we do. So we are having different seasons where I pick 5 things and Jake picks 5 things to watch.
I don't. You do.
You do. So
no, this isn't as good.
we have to remove the loud things. 1 second. So as I was saying, we watch things, I pick 5 things, Jake picks 5 things, and we are doing basically children's animation this season. We started with, I forget what the order was, but we basically did Star versus the Forces of Evil, Thundercats.
We did Thundercats first, and then Star versus the Forces of Evil, and then Arcane. And then Ranma, and now
1.5, and now we're doing Gravity Falls. Yes, so we have a lot to talk about with Gravity Falls, I would say.
Yes, but you also didn't rewatch all of it. Well, I rewatched it a few months ago, and I watched it twice. Well, Dad watched it a few years ago, and now we rewatched some
finales
and some of the first season episodes.
Most of the first season.
Less than half.
Most of the first season and a bit of the finale of all of the finale of the series. And I was saying to Jake before we began that you could actually make a podcast series about Gravity Falls, actually.
Yeah.
And you would have a lot to say about it because it's really interesting. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary about it, and then Jake can add some things. So spoiler alert, we're going to spoil a lot like with all of the episodes.
Yeah. This is great audio quality.
Come on.
What?
You're going to... I really have to
come on,
clear
please.
the table of everything. Maybe we'll give it back to you at important moments. He's got this paper towel thing, and he's talking in it. So yeah, a distraction is the nature of the game, I guess. So the summary of the show. So there are 2 twins, Mabel Pines and Dipper Pines, although his real name is Mason Pines, yeah, but no one ever calls him that, or maybe they call him that once or twice in the show.
No, they don't call him that in the show ever.
It
was only confirmed by a book.
Yeah, so they are sent to their great uncle, Stan, for the summer because, they live in this really kind of remote rural area with forests and stuff. So obviously it would be more cool to spend the summer there than, I guess, where they live, which is probably Los Angeles or someplace like that. And Stan is a con artist, basically. And we find out later that his real name is not actually Stan, because...
It is.
It is Stan?
It's Stan Lee.
Oh, he has a twin brother who disappeared.
Come on.
You can't make noise. So I'm taking everything now. Everything away from the table will be clear. No noise dictatorship. So there's these twin brothers, Stan Lee and Stanford. Maybe we'll talk about that a bit later, what happens. Yeah, they're sent there, and in the beginning they have kind of like normal Disney Channel animated series adventures, kind of like you would see in Star versus the Forces of Evil. Like there's...
it's different.
In the first season, it is different, but like they have like, you know, they have, it seems like they're just normal kind of weird paranormal adventures, but there's like a big conspiracy that gets revealed over time. There's like this interdimensional being that wants to take over the universe, I guess.
No, he wants to, I don't know, his goals, his motivations.
Weirdness, basically.
He destroyed his universe because... And then he wanted to go out of his universe because he was too flat.
Really? Because it was too flat?
Yeah, because his universe was too flat.
Okay. Yeah, but that's more in the second series. But there's lots of...
Second series?
You know, second season. Very British way of saying season. Yeah, but... So, in the beginning, you have, like, all of these stories. Like, there's this one episode where Mabel wants to win a pig for some reason, so...
Who doesn't want to win a pig?
I don't want to win a pig.
Why don't you want to win a pig?
And there's this funny moment where, like, so as I said, her great uncle, who they call Grunkle Stan, is a bit of a con artist, so he sets up this fair, and there's this place where you can win a pig if you guess the weight of the weight of the pig. And what does the guy say?
Good old 15 poundy. Can you guess how much he weighs? 15 pounds? Are you some kind of witch?
And then she says yes. And then so
No,
basically,
when she goes back in time, she says yes.
Yeah. So she wants to do that. She wants to win this pig. So she wins a pig, and she's having a really great day. And her brother goes to the fair, and he's trying to impress this older woman who's like...
Older woman?
Not really woman. She's 15, and he's 12, so in his mind, older woman. So they're playing that game in the carnival where you throw the ball and you knock some pins down, and it keeps hitting her in the... Well, it hits her in the face once, and then he wishes that he could go back in time, and then they meet this guy. What's his name?
Blendon, or something.
Yeah.
Blendon?
Yeah, Blendon, something like that. Anyway, so they meet this guy who's actually...
His first name is Blendon.
Like a time traveler kind of guy. So they go back in time multiple times because Dipper wants to impress the girl by... Okay, because what happens is the ball hits her in the eye, she has a black eye, and then her real-life boyfriend comes and, like...
Blandon.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Blend in.
Okay. So her real life girlfriend put some like snow cone on her eye, and then she feels better. Well, actually, then they start dating, and that's what he wants to prevent. So he goes back and back and back. Anyway, my point is that Blendon guy is not just in that episode. He's in multiple previous episodes in the background. And you don't really notice it in the first watch through.
I noticed it in the second watch through, but not in this one. I guess I wasn't really looking for him.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. So, yeah, like
you watched it 3 years ago, so you don't remember Blendon.
Yeah, I probably didn't notice it the first time. So there's a lot of interconnected things like that in this series. So, yes, there's like lots of callbacks. It's really, really well written. So maybe...
something about Blendon.
Oh, I think we talked about Blendon. So, let's talk about the characters. So I talked about Mabel, and I talked about.
Did you talk about Mabel? What did you say?
Oh, actually, no, we didn't. We just named the characters, and we gave more description to Stan, Grunkle Stan. So let's talk about the characters. How would you describe Mabel?
Mabel. No. How would you describe them? Mabel.
Very. What's the word? Bright. I mean, not smart, but probably smart. But I mean, like bright colors, very cheerful, very kind of like Star, but like Star has the personality of a very excitable rabbit, and I think Mabel is a little bit calmer than that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe. I would say Dipper is a smart and curious person who wants answers.
yeah. So then there's a couple of people who are kind of their friends in this whole thing. So there's Wendy. Wendy is the girl that Dipper is in love with. She doesn't really have much of a character, I would say.
Yes, she does. She's like cool.
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 That's a character. Cool.
Oh, come.
Except the traditional whacking the microphone. Don't whack the microphone.
I already did.
So yeah,
Before.
so she's a cool girl, but she does have some apocalypse training, which will come in handy later. And then there's, what's his name? Sus. Yeah. Who? What is his main characteristic in the show?
A little dumb, but funny.
Dumb but funny, but he also has remarkable skills, right? Because everything he says in the show comes true.
I don't know if everything he says in the show comes true, but most of the things he says come true.
Yeah, it's this scene where he imagines himself in Stan's hat, because he has this like special hat for his business, and he gets the hat.
Yeah, at the end of the show. It's nice that we watched the episode where he does one day, and then we watched the episode where that happens.
Yeah, I think there's so many connections like that in this show. It's really well written. Yeah, so basically the main characters are Stan, Wendy, Dipper, Mabel, Zeus. And there's also some other character, kind of important, who is, what's his name? Little baby, Gideon. Gideon. How would you describe Gideon?
Evil child.
Yeah, evil child. So, what's his deal?
His deal is that he wants that he's in love with Mabel and he wants ultimate power via Bill.
Yeah, originally he's some kind of psychic.
I mean, he's not.
Well, actually he is, because he found one. So there are these 3 books that Stanford or Stan.
Yes, Stanford.
So Stanford disappears. So Grunkle Stan has a twin brother, and he disappears sometime in the 80s because he made some deal with Cipher Bill or something.
Bill Cipher. Could I explain this? I don't remember exactly what happens, but Ford basically, Bill is Ford's friend, and they work together, and we should have watched the one with the memory guns. But basically they were friends, and Bill used him to make a portal, and he could go in and out of his mind for the entire thing, and then Fiddleford before he became McGucket. I mean, that was always his last name, but before McGucket, the
there's
guy,
like a crazy hillbilly guy who went crazy because of this.
Yeah, because he went in when they built the portal. He accidentally went in the portal and seen unimaginable things. So he made a invention that can erase people's minds, and he kept erasing his mind and erasing, and then there's this whole blind eye thing where they erased weird things from people's minds, but that's not important. What's important is that Ford made this portal, and how did he even get in there?
But he gets trapped some way. He gets trapped in the portal that he made, or somewhere he disappears, and he wrote.
Oh, right. It was when he needed Stanley to come because he was the only person that he could trust. So he took him with him, and Stanley was like, "What is happening right now?" And he was like, "Come with me." And then eventually they opened the portal, and then Stanford got in the portal, and then Stanley for a lot of years, like 15 years, maybe more, was trying to open the portal again to get Stanford out of there.
Yeah, and Stanley had one book. Stanford was writing all of his notes down because, so basically, Stanley is a con man with a heart of gold, one would say. And Stanford is like an evil genius kind of thing.
He's not an evil
Well, I mean,
genius.
it ends up being evil because he nearly causes the apocalypse.
Not on purpose.
I mean, not on purpose, but he's like a scientist without any sense of responsibility.
Mabel caused the apocalypse.
By accident.
On purpose. I mean, yeah, that's debatable.
But she maybe didn't know what she was doing exactly. She didn't want to cause
She didn't want to cause the apocalypse, but she did destroy the rift on purpose. So she did cause the apocalypse on purpose.
Yeah, so you can see that this is very complicated storytelling, and you could like spend a lot of time talking about it. And we will spend a bit of time, maybe not like hours and hours, but we'll spend a bit of time.
Do you think it will be more than an hour?
Maybe about an hour. I don't know. We'll see. So, anyway, there are these 3 books that... Journals that Stanford writes down all of his notes. And Stanley has the first one. And for some reason, Gideon finds the second one. And he uses the second one to have psychic powers. So he really does have psychic powers.
I know, he has like a little thing that allows him to... pick people up. He doesn't have actual psychic powers.
Yeah, he found the thing though, and he could read minds with the thing.
No,
so
he couldn't.
He could.
No, he couldn't.
He could.
He could not read anyone's mind.
In there, he could like he could use the things. He says something like he could use. When he's picking people up, and they say, "Oh, you're not really a psychic," and he's like, "Yes, I'm really a psychic because I can use this thing."
No, he can't.
And then they break it, and then he's not a psychic anymore, and then he resorts
No, because he was never a psychic that can only like pick people up with telekinesis. And
There's
the only
some
reason why he
debate
was
about
psychic
this.
was because he had pins on people's
That
things
was later.
with cameras.
That was later when he didn't have any magical.
He has
He was
3.
never
psychic.
No, I mean
He
not
has
like
book
naturally
2.
psychic.
He
Yeah, it's book 2. He found all this information in book 2. We have different versions of reality apparently, but I'm pretty sure that Gideon said that there was that he was psychic because of this pendant thing that they break later. Yeah, so
we also watched the finale of season 1 if you're wondering what we rewatched today.
Yeah, because Gideon goes a bit crazy and makes this big monster robot kind of thing, and he steals. So, very important. Like, why is it important? Because eventually Dipper finds book 3, and he keeps it hidden from everyone, and Gideon thinks, I think he gets some feeling that those books are the secret to all like supernatural power or whatever. So if he has both books, because he thinks there's two, then he'll be super powerful. So he buys the Mystery Shack, which is this weird roadside
He didn't
attraction.
buy it, he stole the deed to it.
Yeah, he stole the deed to it. So he did that because he was looking for the first book, and then he found on Dipper, somehow, because Dipper was carrying the book.
Yeah.
He found the book.
But that sounds like Dipper was dead and the book was on him and he found the book on Dipper.
No, but I mean, he avoided death a lot. No one ever dies. Does anyone ever die in this show? That's a good question.
Probably someone dies.
There's lots of close calls. Yeah, so Gideon finds the book, and
Stanley dies until his memories die for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we're going all over the place. Gideon finds the book, and he's surprised that it's book number 3, because Dipper has book 3.
Yes.
And Gideon has book 2. So then he's like, oh no, there's 3 books. So Gideon creates this kind of robot thing with that weird guy that Jake just mentioned, McGuckalaka.
McGucket. McBucket? No.
McBucket. So
McGucket,
yeah. He's this weird inventor who can basically build, what are those called? You know, those Japanese things from anime, big, gigantic robots?
Robots.
Megtech? What are they called? They have a special name. But he builds them. He built like a sea monster, and so he builds like a big Gideon bot for Gideon. But actually, it is the final of the 2nd season, but it's not that important. Because Gideon loses and goes to prison, and then eventually he becomes the leader of a prison gang, and he gets recruited by Bill, but then he turns against Bill.
Because Bill likes Gideon, that's why he didn't kill him.
Well, I don't think Bill likes anyone. Bill was just using Gideon.
No, Bill liked, according to sources.
Sources? Which sources?
YouTube.
Yeah, there's lots of interpretation of this show. Yeah, and as Jake mentioned, Stanley's memory is wiped. And, wow, maybe we could talk about that, actually. Because, here's a question.
Yeah?
What do you think this show is about? Like, what is the theme of this show?
Mystery.
I think it's not about mystery. I mean, there's mystery in it and conspiracy and all that, but I think it's about family.
Family.
And sacrificing for your family, because you have Mabel and Dipper, who are these really close twins. They do everything together.
Maybe it is about family.
And then you have
It's about twins.
Stanley and Stanford, who, well, very creative name also, Stanley and Stanford. They also were very, very close until one of them went missing.
What?
Yeah, he says, Stanley or Stanford says.
We should have watched the whole show.
He says that when they were young, they were like Mabel.
Yeah, they were like because they were close, but it wasn't until he went missing they stopped being close when they were like in college or something.
Okay, yeah, they went in different directions. So.
Because there was a whole episode about that I think we should have watched.
I know, it's okay. It's all right. We're not going to know everything all the time. Forever. So basically what happens is Bill Cipher. Bill is this intergalactic...
Bill Cipher.
Demon. Yeah, Bill Cipher. Demon.
Yeah, he's a demon.
He's a demon, and he goes to our reality and is like making things really, really weird, which we'll talk about later. But they come up with different solutions to try and like defeat him. And the only way that they can defeat him is because he wants to go into Stanford's brain, because Stanford knows how. Because Bill, for some reason, is trapped in Gravity Falls. He can't leave. So Stanford knows how Bill can leave. But they're identical twins. So Stanley pretends to be Stanford. I know it's confusing. But he pretends to be Stanford, and then Bill goes in his mind, and then Stanford invented this memory wipe thing, or maybe the other weird inventor invented this memory wipe thing, and so they memory wipe Stanley's memory. And of course, it's a Disney thing, so his memory comes back, but this really sad moment of sacrifice, because he does it, and then everything's okay, and then Mabel says, "Grunkle Stan, you're okay!" And he's like, "Who are you, little girl?" or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was really sad.
Who are you, kiddo?
Yeah, made my eyes water a little bit.
Really? I wasn't even looking at you.
I know, I was like, "Oh, look at me! This is sad." Yeah. So
I knew. Didn't you also know that his memories is gonna come?
oh, but I forgot about it.
Oh.
I mean, it was pretty obvious his memories were coming back, but it was still sad.
Yeah, it was a sad moment.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the whole thing is about family, and it's really in sacrifice, and the sacrifice you do for your family, and how you can grow apart from your family. And the story is told really well, because there's all of these like little tiny episodes that happen, and they're supposed to give you like these kind of life lessons, but it's connected to the whole story, and it works, like the episode we talked about at the fair. But there's, it's all about generally like Mabel and Dipper's relationship, which is reflected in the relationship of the older twins. So it's really nice. And there's craziness also, like when for some reason the gnomes want to marry Mabel.
Yeah.
And so Dipper thinks it's a zombie who wants to eat her brain, and then Mabel was like, oh, I hope it's a vampire.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be
gnomes.
A bunch of gnomes stacked together,
And
trying
also,
to look like one person.
Also, they have great foreshadowing. For example, in that gnome episode, when Dipper warns Mabel about her new boyfriend being a zombie, he's like, he looks through the journal and he's like, shebang! And then it shows gnomes, and then he's like, oh, no. And he goes to the undead, and then he's like, shebang!
Does he say shebang though?
Yeah, he did. He said
Okay,
shebang.
really?
Yeah.
Shebang. Yeah. And then also kind of foreshadowing is that the gnomes have faces that look like gnomes, but when they're pretending to be this teenage boy, they look like Wendy's boyfriend later.
Really?
Yeah, they have the same face. I don't know how they did that, but they have the same face as Wendy's boyfriend later.
They don't have the same
They
face
do,
as
because
Wendy.
his weird structure of his face. Like, because I think what they're suggesting is that, like, Robbie is a generic teenage boy, and that's what they look like. Yeah. Weird angular faces. Yeah. So there's lots of things we could talk about.
And we're already 30 minutes in and we haven't even, really started yet.
What do you mean?
I mean, we explained a bunch of things.
Yeah, we talked about the characters, we talked about the plot, kind of. Although it's much more complicated, the plot. You mentioned...
What did I mention?
You mentioned about the creator of the...
Alex Hirsch?
Yeah, so maybe say a little bit about that.
I don't know that guy. I mean, I know him, but I don't know him,
Well,
What am I supposed to say about him?
So
I don't know that guy personally, and I didn't watch it, and I didn't see his wiki page.
So he created this.
Yes.
He wrote this, and
he worked on the Owl House.
Yeah.
He was the voice of Hootie. He was the voice of Bronco Stan, Seuss, and Bill Cipher.
Yeah, so you know a bit about him. So anyway, this very creative thing. We were talking. This is interesting because maybe a little bit of a digression because I need to complain about this. This is a little bit of filler, but please forgive me. There's a really great burger place near where we live, and I took him for lunch for the burger place. I was excited about it. Long story, but I wanted to take both of them because it's their birthdays soon. It's one person's
We
birthday.
didn't say anything about the other person.
Yeah, but
We're gaslighting you.
it's the other person's birthday when we're recording this. So we were going to go yesterday, but we didn't end up going, so I was really excited about going today. And we went a few times, and I always had a cheeseburger, and the cheeseburgers are great. So today I chose badly, and I chose a bad choice. Like, the burgers were too big. I don't know why burgers are the size of your head now, and they all fall apart, and they're too liquidy and stuff. And it was like a lot of money for this burger. So I'm disappointed. But anyway, on the way, we were talking.
They already know where we live, but we're supposed to gaslight them.
They don't. They know generally where we live, but we don't know. They don't know specifically.
So we shouldn't say the name of the burger and the.
No, I didn't
We
say
can
the
say
name
the
of the burger.
currency. We can say how much it cost.
Well, I mean, it was expensive. It was like 4 times the price of a regular burger. Okay, and the
in
cheese.
America, it would be more for us, no?
Yeah, but like it's like relative, so it still would be 4 times the price. But his burger was like maybe 2 times the price of a normal burger, which is fine. But anyway, we were walking there, and I was complaining about the animation, especially about the characters, because generally, this is probably the best. We can talk about Owl House later, but this is probably the best Disney Channel animation series, you'd say.
I like the Owl House more, but it's one of the best, I would say.
Yeah, they're like you could pick which one, because
Yeah.
so they have different advantages, disadvantages, whatever. But Disney has, like, especially with these Disney Channel animations, the style is always like really similar.
I would say slightly similar.
Yeah, but now I was complaining that I was saying, like, when you have a very unique story, you should have very unique animation. And in, like, the first part of the, maybe, because in the first part of the first season, then it's not really that unique. There's, like, story things that are very unique, like the time traveling guy who's in the background and stuff. Yeah. But later, oh my, it becomes very unique, and it's awesome. It's really awesome.
You really like the part where they go through the weirdness bubbles and Weirdmageddon, where they turn into birds, and then they turn into other things, and then they turn into live action people.
Yeah, because it's just not commented on, right? It's like, because Bill's thing is like he likes to be weird. He's weird. So there's like waves of weirdness going through this little town. And so they're trying to rescue Mabel. And they are driving along. And then there's this weirdness bubble. They go through the first one. And there's these 2 birds. And they're having like a bird conversation, which is awesome because I like birds.
It was Dipper and Wendy, but as birds.
Yeah, they were like, I suddenly want to eat worms. Must go south. Nest. And then they go to another bubble, and I think it's like sausages first, yeah. And then they go in another one, and it's like live action. And the actors that they chose for the live action versions, I don't think they look anything like the actual animated versions, but that's what it's great because they're wearing the same clothes. So it's great, and it lasted like 2 seconds, so it's like great writing, great animating there. And then they...
Great animating in the live action part.
Well, I mean, when they use live action in animation, it's still animated, right? It's an animated choice.
I mean, it's not... They didn't animate the people.
No, but it's an artistic choice.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So that was really great. So I think I was wrong with my opinions earlier today about the animation.
I don't know. I would say that not all Disney animation is the same. They're all different.
Yeah, but if you look at something like... Well, I said that Rama's reboot is kind of the same. But if you look at something like...
It's a 1-to-1 reshoot of the original one.
Yeah, but the original one does look crappier, honestly, but it has more character. Like with Thundercats and the... You're gonna do that every time I mention it.
Thundercats are on the move.
And
Thundercats are loose.
the mum,
Meow.
there's no meow.
But there should be.
And the mum-ra with way too many abs. He's got like a
Mum-ra.
42 pack.
Aren't you talking about Lionel?
Well, maybe Lionel does have too many abs as well, but I mean mum-ra.
Mum-ra has abs?
Yeah, he's got way too many. And it's like, not his pathetic version, but like the big mummy scary version. Yeah. So the animation is quite unique for a Disney Channel production, I would say. Also, I really liked the idea, and it's not like a unique idea to this series, but I liked when Mabel was in her own prison and everything was like, that was pretty funny.
Oh, but just the idea? Or
Yeah, like there was a cat judge, and it
Yeah.
was like, I want to hear this because cats love curiosity.
no,
And
because us cats are considered to be pretty curious. Meow meow.
yeah. And I was like, order in the court. Why is this gavel squeaky? So there's lots of little fun lines like that throughout the whole thing. It's quite, I would say Rama is funnier. Like the lines are funnier, yeah, but like the whole writing is much better.
What?
Yeah.
Ranma's funnier.
Yeah.
There's like little comments littered in some episodes of the show, and in Gravity Falls there's a bunch of episodes and they make at least one joke that's relatively funny each time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I said something controversial. I think there are some funny moments in Gravity Falls, but I like the storytelling more in Gravity Falls than in Rama, because basically Rama is like, ooh, what happens when boy turns girl? You know, and this is more like the power of family and growing up and all that stuff. Well, what do you think is the funniest joke in Gravity Falls?
The funniest joke?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. The money laundering one is the one that it keeps coming to my head right now, but that's for now.
Oh yeah, because Stan has some great lines. Like,
anything's legal when the cops aren't around.
yeah, like Uncle Stan, are you sure this is legal? Anything's legal when the cops aren't around. Yeah, he's a great classic con man. Yeah, we will later. Yes,
Okay.
we will later.
But I
Yeah,
have some stuff to do. I don't want them to know all about our personal lives right now at this moment.
Yeah, you also have homework to do.
Ah!
Dun, dun.
You made them know. Oh no.
Yeah, so I liked the Mabel thing. Well, I liked most of it, I would say. Like, you know, it does have a really good reputation for being, I would say it's like people say it's the best Disney animated series.
I still think The Owl House is better, and some people think that as well. But I don't know. You can have your opinions, and if you think that Gravity Falls is better, I won't argue with you because it's a good show.
Yeah, I think maybe the thing with Owl House is that it's not as popular for whatever reason, and then
It's pretty popular.
people
I
don't
would
know
say.
about it. I think people know, like even I knew about Gravity Falls.
Yeah, but you didn't know about the Owl House.
No.
And I didn't either. It's because it's a newer show.
Maybe.
It was like out in 2020 something.
Yes, maybe. I have a complaint about
What?
the Owl House. Okay, so
Save that for the last episode.
no, not the Owl House. Sorry, about Gravity Falls. Like I'm complaining about something we're not talking about. No, so this person you see on the screen.
Kristen Schaal.
Yeah,
Schaal?
Kristen Schaal. She's the voice actor of Mabel, and she's also the voice actor of Louise Belcher, and she's the middle child No. She's the youngest child in Bob's Burgers. And what's crazy is, maybe it's not crazy, she has a very unique voice. And she uses the unique voice exactly the same. So whenever Maple is talking, I'm like, oh, this is like...
Wait, I wanna compare their voices. Oh.
Well, you can't do it now. You have to do it later.
Why not?
Because
they can hear it.
They won't be able to hear it.
Why? I'll take my phone.
No, don't do it.
Put it up the microphone.
Later, but... So we'll do that later, and I'll show Jake later, but, like, it is the same voice. So I have a complaint, and it's a complaint, but it's also kind of awesome. Because the complaint is, like, if you're a voice actress, you should have different voices for different characters, but maybe it was on purpose. Because in Gravity Falls, there's lots of connections with other shows, especially Owl House. Like, there's a theory that Edalyn, who is one of the main characters in Owl House, actually married Stan, Grunkle Stan. But...
And then she left him and stole his car.
Yeah. But in Bob's Burgers, there is... there's, like, quite literally a connect... So, this is... Sorry, a little bit of a digression. So, in Bob's Burgers... Wait a minute, I need to find this. So... okay, where's Bob's Burgers? So in Bob's Burgers, the main character is named Bob, and he's voiced by a guy named H. John Benjamin, who's a great voice actor, and he also does the voice of a character named Archer in a series called Archer. And
which we will do.
Which we will...
Spoilers!
Yeah, which we'll do. But they actually have, like, an episode where, because they sound the same, Archer goes to Bob's Burgers to, like, kind of lay down low. Actually, I think that's in Archer, actually, that there's, like, some connection between Bob's Burgers. But, like, Archer, the character, literally goes to the restaurant and pretends to be Bob. So
he pretends to be Bob?
Yeah, because he sounds the same. He looks completely different, but he sounds the same. So
I don't know what the show is about yet, guys, so...
Well, yeah, he's like a spy. Archer is. But this is my theory. It's confirmed by no one. But my theory is that the voice of Louis, why can I say that? Anyway, the girl... Louise, thank you. Louise's voice is the same as Mabel's voice. So maybe Mabel and Louise are the same person.
They don't look alike at all. And Gravity Falls never went to Bob's Burgers.
No, because what happened? So
they go to the mystery shack in Bob's Burgers. I think
no, I don't think so. But like, and also they say that they live in California, but I don't think they live in California. I think it's a ruse. I think they live in the Northwest because these voices are exactly the same. I'll show you what she looks like. Probably remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I mean, the animated is completely different anyway. But so there are some other problems with my theory, which there's lots of them. But the other problem is that Louise here has two older siblings, a brother and a sister, so she's not twins. But what if she is? Like, what if they never mentioned the other child? What if they never mentioned Dipper because he's too successful?
This theory is, no offense, stupid.
No, but like this exactly the same voice. Like why
Sure, it's the same voice actor, and she didn't do a unique voice. She just did her voice.
Yeah, but
that's it.
In the other one, they have connections. So there's a connection between Archer and Bob's
but
Burgers
it's not like he's
the
Bob. It's not like he's Bob. He just pretends to be Bob for one episode.
Yeah, but they really think that he's Bob.
Because
of plot reasons.
But he looks completely different. Do they?
I don't know.
They just see him and they're like, "Yep, that's Bob."
Yeah, and then he murders a bunch of Russians or something in a bloodbath, which is not very typical for Bob's Burgers, but those are both great. So, Yeah, that would be my complaint about.
That's a complaint. That's
Yeah,
just a theory.
started out as a complaint. Like, if her voice acting was different, then I wouldn't be thinking about Louise all the time. I'd be thinking about Mabel.
I'm thinking about Mabel. I'm not thinking about Louise. But if you rewatch Bob's Burgers, I'm gonna be thinking about Mabel.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll be like, oh, when does Dipper arrive?
Yeah.
That's what you'll be thinking.
Maybe I already was. I mean, I don't remember, but maybe I was thinking, this voice sounds familiar. Because I did watch some Gravity Falls, but I didn't watch all of it when we were
Bob's Burgers, you mean?
No, when we were watching Bob's Burgers, I did watch some Gravity Falls before because it was on television and it was somewhere else probably.
Okay.
So I did watch some episodes sometime, somewhen.
Sometimes, some when. So would you have any negative comments about Gravity Falls?
I don't think so.
Nothing negative to say about it.
Pacifica and Dipper should be together, but they didn't have enough time.
Yeah, like Dipper...
And they wasted it on one of the worst rated episodes.
Yeah, I think Dipper and Wendy... Like, it makes sense for the character that Dipper is madly in love with Wendy, but...
But he stops.
But it's a bit crazy.
We should have won the whole show.
I don't think so. I don't... We shoulda, coulda, woulda...
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
But it's not necessary, I think, for them. They can be entertained by our hot takes on a show that's from 2016. So you would say, like, you didn't like that... Well, I wonder...
Because they were like, we should have watched Northwest Manor or something like that again. But...
We watched that one.
No, we didn't watch... Oh, you mean... No, I mean a different from season 2 that's called Northwest Manor.
Yeah, because even if we watched everything, we wouldn't remember everything.
Yeah, we should have watched specific episodes, and we did, but...
I think we shouldn't think about we should have. This is fun. We'll do what we do.
We'll do what we do.
Yes, this is not the army. We don't have to do push-ups if we miss an episode. I hope not. Get on the floor! 15 more push-ups! I had a thought. Oh, yeah, my thought was, this was cancelled, right?
No.
It wasn't cancelled? It was always meant to be 2 seasons?
Yeah, I think so. The Owl House was cancelled.
Let's see. Oh wow, it's not from 2016. It's from 2013.
What the hell?
Well, oh, and then a year later, they announced that it would be the last one. Well, this is from Quora, which is not a very accurate source, but...
It's like Reddit, but different.
But worse. But basically, apparently Alex Hirsch said that he was ending the show with 2 seasons because Gravity Falls was a story about growing up from childhood to adolescence in one summer. That makes sense. It's like a complete story. I don't think they needed more.
So one season was 1 month. I wonder if they actually counted every episode and made the 20 episodes 1 month somehow.
I think the time would add up if you check, because the writing is really excellent and there are lots of callbacks, so I think they did plot it out that way. Okay, I wanted to do one thing with Jake, but I need to pause the podcast.
Oh no!
Okay. I promise I didn't do anything strange to him. He just made that noise of his own volition. So I was doing this thing in my old podcast that I would read.
Death by Disney, check it out. My dad needs money. He doesn't.
I don't need money. There's no
But
Patreon.
make him money. Go on Death by Disney go on Spotify.com/Death by Disney.
That's probably not the real address, but Anyway.
Go on Spotify and search up Death by Disney and see the one with the Donald Duck.
Donald Duck?
You have Donald Duck on your podcast art.
On the art, yeah, the art is pretty cool. But he's the only person who ever listened to it, so...
No,
anyway,
Other people listen to it as well.
I did this thing where I would read bad reviews and good reviews, and I think we know that Gravity Falls are... Wait, you...
Oh my god, I just saw the title of the review.
Don't look.
I'm gonna go throw up now.
Come back, though. So, I went through bad reviews, and I think it would be more fun to do bad reviews here because obviously Gravity Falls is critically acclaimed, award-winning show. Okay, we're gonna read this one. I'm gonna read it to you, Jake. Tell me what you think.
I saw the title already, but you can read it.
There's only one 1 out of 10 review on IMDb, and the title is "The Worst TV Show I've Ever Seen Before." 1 out of 10. Here are the reasons why. The characters are very dumb and annoying, such as Mabel. Her entire personality is "I love puppies and rainbows and unicorns," which is basically ripping off Pinkie Pie's personality from My Little Pony. And My Little Pony came out before Gravity Falls did.
Why is he comparing
Also Dipper
My
is...
Little Pony to Gravity Falls?
Yeah, that's weird. Also, Dipper is an annoying smart aleck who thinks he's the smartest. I bet he doesn't even know the square root of pi. I don't know the square root of pi. Grunkle Stan is also my least favorite character, and he was so bad I literally skipped all the scenes within him. That's why...
the best characters.
That's probably why he doesn't get the show. Every villain is the same in every episode. I can't even count how many don't have the same personality, which is, oh my god, I'm so evil and I hate rainbows and puppies. Like, it's so obvious. What?
Is he talking about Gideon?
There's only 2 villains in this show.
There's only 2.
That's weird.
Wait, let me think. What does he mean by villains?
Oh, but like, he made it to the end, or she. The last episode is so boring and lame. Bill was the only good thing about the show because he's at least a decent character.
You just complained about the villains and he's the main villain. Oh my god. So stupid. Absolutely ridiculous.
This is a little bit rage baiting your own child, but maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe that's not legal. The amount of cringe in this show is unbelievable. Like, seriously, barfing gnomes, that's not funny. As well as a ton of unfunny and cringy jokes in the show, like, bro, not funny and stupid. The barfing gnomes were funny.
I mean, you didn't laugh.
I didn't laugh, but it was a funny visual. Like, they vomit rainbows. Like, come on. Number 5. Okay, here's a twist. I take back what I said about Bill being a decent character. Bill is a copy of Queen whatever Wannabe from the Lego Movie 2.
Oh, Queen whatever Wannabe from the Lego Movie 2, which was my favorite movie ever. I mean, okay.
Which was my favorite movie ever.
We liked that movie, right? It's a controversial movie, but we did like it.
I don't remember that movie.
You do. We watched it
We watched it, I'm sure, but I don't remember.
We watched it when we were in...
Maybe, but I don't remember Anyway, got a bit distracted. His character traits is, I'm a dumb queen, blah blah blah, copycat, and I hate mortals, and I like drinking and partying. The Lego Movie 2 came out before Gravity Falls, making this a Gravity Falls copy. I will make a video of Queen baiting up Bill because she's more powerful than dumb Dorito Queen, whatever. Okay.
Wannabe ripoff.
I don't think that's true.
That's not true.
I think
Queen or whatever Wannabe is way weaker.
Lego 2 movie. Wow. So the accuracy of this review is in common. Yeah. So this, as we just mentioned, this show came out in he's having a heart attack.
Oh my god, I almost swallowed my hair.
He's too young to die for this. but yeah, so basically the point is that Gravity Falls came out in 2014, so if there is any copying, the Lego Movie copied it and not the other way around. To conclude the show, and ships are bad, especially Ford and Bill, like dude queen rip off a dumb old man who thinks 9 + 10 is 21. Hell. Okay.
Wait. What do you mean? To conclude the show, and ships are bad, especially okay. I thought I saw something else on the screen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that is the hot take of Frozy Rose 2912 from November 3rd.
Thanks for reading.
24.
Smiley face.
I'm just gonna check what other hot takes this person has.
So now we're getting sidetracked. That's his one review. He really did not like Gravity Falls.
Oh, it's a new profile.
Oh, it's a new.
Oh, they joined last November just to make a review of Gravity Falls. So
he watched Gravity Falls like last time. He didn't even check when it's.
yeah, that always makes the blood boil. We could read the positive reviews, but I'm sure there's many. Well, just to check then, I'm not going to read any. But so there's like literally one-star review on IMDb. So how many 10-star reviews would there be?
260.
Where did you see that?
On here, 265.
You have to sit down so anyone can see you and hear you. Maybe not see you because it's an audio podcast. That would be crazy. But yeah,
they're watching us.
265 Oh no, those are just positive reviews. Those are just reviews in general. If we go back here, well, there's 25 pages of positive reviews versus one negative 1-star review. So you can see that clearly the consensus is that it's a good show. And that's
it ranks us.
English is not everyone's first language. Yeah, so that was fun.
Well,
fun
write your review in your language.
That's chauvinistic.
Chauvinistic?
Yes.
What kind of words are you even saying right now? Chauvinistic.
And there's a great part where, so Grunkle Stan and Gideon are having a little bit of an argument because they're kind of like nemesises, and Gideon says something very biblical to Grunkle Stan, and he's like, "What did you swallow a thesaurus?" That's a hard word to say. Thesaurus? Thesaurus? Thesaurus?
Thesaurus? What's that?
It's a book that has synonyms of words.
Oh.
And what did I say? Chauvinistic?
Chauvinistic.
Yes. So chauvinistic means when you think your own language is the best, and then other people can't use it.
No, it's not. It's just you want to share it with your people.
Share it with people. Maybe they wanted to share their opinions with English-speaking people.
Well, the English-speaking people can just click translate on their Google. They can just look at the review and the other thing and then Google Translate it. And you can literally do it from the browser, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, you could. You can't now, but like that website is like old. It's like
how old is that review though?
That was from 2021, so you could probably do that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can comment in different languages though. So, bit of digression. A bit of a digression there. I'm really glad that I did that because that was classic rage baiting your own child.
Classic rage bait. Classic. Everyone does it.
Yes. So, yeah. Recommendations. Would we recommend? So last of all,
watch it, all of it now.
I mean, wait until the podcast finishes, but yes. So I would recommend it too. If I was going to give it a rating, it's pretty high up there actually. I really liked it. I liked everything about it. Maybe not 10 out of 10 because that would mean everything about it was perfect, and I did have like one tiny thing.
Just because of the voice actor.
Yeah.
It's similar.
Yeah. How would you rate it?
There might be some bad things about it, but I can't really think of any right now, so 10 out of 10.
So, yeah, I would say this was the best we watched so far, and the worst we watched would be Thundercats. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Okay.
I would.
But you wouldn't put number 2 at Ramla.
No.
He did not like Ramla.
I would put Gravity Falls at 1, Arcane at 2, Star Versus at 3, Ranma at 4, and Thundercats at 5.
Yeah. Which is crazy because Thundercats is the thing, like, it's so memorable some parts, but the story is just not great. But yeah, okay. Next episode, as we hinted at, is going to be Archer.
It is?
Yes, it is Archer.
Do we have to watch all of Archer?
No, we don't have to watch
Oh.
all of it.
Oh, because it's like 9 seasons.
Yeah, it's like 9 seasons. We don't have to watch all of Archer.
Does it have an overarching plot?
Well, yes and no, because basically it's been going on so long. They start as like a spy kind of group, and then they get rebranded and they're a detective agency, and yeah, it gets kind of weird towards the end, but I really like it. But we don't have to watch everything. Yeah, we'll watch Archer, and I don't remember what the rest of the lists are, but in the future...
We can check.
Wait. Okay, we'll check.
We need to leak the list to the people.
Leak the list now?
Yeah, we're gonna leak the list. Go down.
Yeah, so...
Thundercats, Star vs. Arcane, Ranma, Gravity Falls, Archer, and then Voltron, Defender of the Universe Original, and then Steven Universe, but I don't wanna do Steven Universe because Dad won't ever watch it, so I'm gonna...
I hate it.
He hates the 11 episodes that he watched.
And then we have Transformers, the original series. We might watch more, but, you know, because those two are franchises, so...
And then the Owl House.
Then the Owl House will round out the season. Because we're in the middle of this season. We'd like to thank everyone for listening to us so far. We're going to set up a Patreon today. And then we'll have...
There's no one, theoretically, there's no one listening to this right now. But
No.
there is.
Yes.
In the future.
It's a paradox.
Yeah.
And then we'll promote that in the future with our... we'll have like a little promo thing. And then he'll learn all about different podcasting stuff.
Yay!
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 Say yay! Scream yay at the top of your lungs in your house.
Yeah, you do it.
That's loud. Yeah.
I'm not doing
as
it.
loud as you can for me. So loud that if you have neighbors, do you have neighbors? If you have neighbors, your neighbors will come down and say, "What
Nay!"
happened?" They'll say, "Nay."
Alright. Maybe. Anyway, I've been Adam, and I'm still Adam, and I will be Adam, but we're finishing this
And I'm
episode.
Jake, and I won't be Jake. Goodbye.
Goodbye.